In fact, that cover art is, fun. Go back to the cover art. The cover art for this is actually pretty neat. Yeah, see? Actually has in the bottom left, Doom the way it did. Why it's called that, I don't know. There might be a reason for it. But we'll be running through all 4 of these. And then, I think, eventually I'll do, oh yeah, and it has... Just realized. Those are all the people that actually worked on this. The only name that I actually recognize is Zazer. I'm not sure if I've played maps by any of the other people that contributed to this, other than this map pack. But yeah, the last time I played Doom the way it did, I believe it was with Meta Doom. So, oddly enough, this is actually more vanilla than Meta Doom, obviously. Because Meta Doom not only changed the, it changed some environment things, like I think it changed the barrels. But it changed the monsters, it changed the weapons that you get. It changed the gameplay quite a bit. This is more, this is still kind of more how, the map pack was probably originally intended to be played. It's more close to the vanilla aspect. However, it's a lot darker. I'm not using Dark Doom Z, by the way. I actually think this this works well without it. I actually think Dark Doom Z maybe makes things a little too dark. This makes it just dark enough where the mood is there, but it doesn't really, like... It doesn't make things unreasonably black. Yep, hey, Mr. Comments. Yep, it's a combination of a PlayStation Doom and Doom 64 experience that I've been trying to get, and this is probably the closest I'll ever get at the moment. Yep, you gotta love the modding community in this game. Or with Doom. Pretty much anything you would want and can think of, a modder has made it. You know, I never... The few times that I've tested this level, I don't think I've ever found the secret. No, actually I did. I just... Never mind, I did find this. I just didn't do it from this direction. This is what I wanted more than anything, was the approach to lighting. Actually, I should have gone the other way first. Yeah, obviously when I make the VOD for this, well, here, I'll at least link one of the mods. I can't link them all at the moment. Believe it was this, because I found the core mod. Is this the core version? No, this isn't the core version. Oh no, yeah, it is. Current version 1.05 for the core model. Yeah, that's the if you ever wanted to try this yourself. That's one of them. I think he might have links to, like, some other things you can use with it, too. Okay, there we are. This is what I was looking for. But yeah, like, you can use this... You can use a monster pack with it if you want. You can use, like, the weapons from Doom 64 if you want. He has those all available. And there's one on Mod Database that's, like, all set up into one mod. I forget where that's at. Oh, it's up there. All right. I probably could have waited to pick up the green armor, but oh well. But yeah, it's like I said, me personally, I like things to be relatively consistent. Like the textures here, like the Doom 64 textures combined with like some of the stock textures and how they were changed a little bit. Like this all, I feel, meshes well, way better. But like the classic Doom enemies meshed with the Doom 64 enemies, like outside of a fun mod like Meta Doom where it does stuff like that's different because of how the tone of the mod is. But with something like this, I would like to keep things relatively consistent, so that's why I'm not using the Doom 64 enemies. Or the weapons. I could technically use the weapons, though. I don't think they would clash too much. Remember in Doom the way it did, I remember there's been a few times where I got lost, but I don't think it was too bad. I should probably look up where the secret exits are. I don't remember if I found them all the last time, and I actually want to do them this time around. Like, I don't need to... Yeah, Doom the way... The lost episodes. Huh, I didn't know about this. That's not what I'm playing. No. No, this is... Yeah, this is a different one. I should try this out eventually. Oh, I get this. 6 new episodes totaling 55 levels, created with maps, submitted to Doom the way it did, which did not make the final cut. Alright. I should try that one out eventually, because that one I didn't even know existed. Well, let's see, for episode 1... Where is it? Where is the secret exit? I think it's 3rd level. It might be the same levels might have, from the original, might have the same exits. Like the same secret exits. So if it's supposed to be an episode, or if it's supposed to be on map 3, then that's probably where it is. Oh yeah, and sorry I'm stopping so much, but we'll move Duck Friend over slightly so you can see the ammo count. I always forget that. Missing all but one secret. Which... I found the one in this direction already. Unless this... No, it doesn't also count that. Yeah, I always loved the lighting. Has such a mood to it. Did I ever look through here? Ah. And I got that thing in there. That's supposed to be where the exit is. I think I was just up there, actually. I would like to find the last secret, but I don't want to spend too long trying to. Actually, I might know where... I think I see on the map where it might be. It might... Actually, it might be right... Yeah, it is right here. Which is just radiation shielding. Okay. Well, the important thing is I found every secret. Oh, right. Alright. So I was around this way. Yeah, here we are. Oh yes, and I didn't even save. So PSX D64 doomed the way it did. There. Just a nice garble of letters. have to say, the fog is still a really nice addition. I think it probably adds it randomly to the level, because it doesn't seem like it's just there all the time. In fact, if it's a little too dark, I could turn up the lighting a little bit. Might seem like it's a little too dark on sector light mode. Actually, I don't think it's that much better. It's actually brighter in standard. Actually, I think standard might be the brightest you can get it. Not Doom Legacy. Yeah, there we go. Like, I can see fine, it's just that it looked like it was a little too dark on the stream end. I could probably turn up the brightness on the stream's end, but it's fine. Well, yeah, I switched it to Doom Legacy for the lighting. So yeah, it's perfectly fine now. Actually, this is pretty much in line with the PC version of Doom 64 in terms of lighting, so I'll keep it at this. And hey, Wolf. Hope you're doing well today. That's good, that's good. You know, I think this might be a, I think this mod uses a filter. Like a rendering filter or something. I think that's why the colors kind of look muted a little. I thought maybe that was hard texturing, but thinking about it, I think the, I think even the title card was, like, kind of, the colors are kind of muted as well, so I actually think this mod just... I think this mod to maybe make things easier. Because, like, all of the enemies look like their colors are all muted, and I don't think he's just... Yeah, since you can use a monster pack, no problem. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there's like a... he put like a shader in this mod that I think makes all the colors muted, and that's actually a pretty cool idea. Right here. Actually kind of looks like there might be something here. It'll probably open up later. Yeah, definitely. Again, that's why I like it. Yeah, I think, maybe after Postal 4, I'll do the Lost Episodes, because, again, I just never knew they existed. I'll probably do it with this mod again. And I'll use Doom 64 music. yeah, actually, you know what? I actually have the title wrong. This should actually be the Ultimate Doom. This is not Doom 2 that it's actually being played in. Kind of forgot about that little tidbit. I like to keep things as accurate as possible. I think I probably... Well, people know. If you're a fan of Doom, you know. But I think I accidentally marked it as like Doom 2. I wasn't thinking. I think I marked it as Doom 2 in like my update, like my Twitter and Discord posts. There is a difference, and it's mainly related to the enemies. I won't lie, I would definitely like to play a lot of different map packs with this. I don't think people would get bored of it, though. A lot of people like watching just, like, the map packs with just, like, all of the, vanilla weapons and stuff like that, so... I don't think people would get sick of this. In fact, who knows, people would probably prefer this over stock Doom, like me. In fact, I think even Joel kind of likes... I think I heard him say, I could be just completely making it up in my head, but... I think I heard him say he actually kind of prefers the horror vibe of PlayStation Doom to normal Doom. So who knows, maybe he'd actually like playing this. From what I heard though, he's still kind of burnt out on Doom. So he hasn't played it in a while. There we are, that's where I'm supposed to go. Oh, I thought I'd been through here already. Guess not. Again, this sound effect that you're hearing too is also another mod. It's called Cosmo Ambience. It's that extra layer of immersiveness that I like putting in. Immersiveness? Immersion, you get the idea. Immersiveness. No, you mean
fucking morons everywhere.
Shut up. I kind of want to do some secret hunting. Yeah, I didn't even go through that other side. Joel, I don't know if you've watched him, he's Vark Skeletor here on Twitch. He's a variety streamer, does a lot of retro stuff. But also does like a lot of goofy stuff and like a lot of unique stuff. He's part of Vine Sauce. There we go. I drift in and out. Like, I've been playing it more lately. Or I've been streaming it more lately. Like, I don't really ever play this off stream, except to, like, test. To test things for the stream. It's like I always said, Doom was never really something that I was into that much growing up. Like, I always knew it existed, and I did like it, but I never, like, actively played it until I decided to center my stream around it. Like, the first... Doom 2016 was the reason why I started playing the classics again. And so, like, the very first mod I actually streamed was the PlayStation Doom Total Conversion. And people seemed to like it, and it was a lot of fun to, like, just stream, so that's why I got into it more and more. Because that was when I was, like, just coming off of WoW, and I wanted to find something else to stream other than that. And I was just, well, I'm still doing it for fun. But I took it even way less serious, back then. Like, it was literally just me streaming my raids and occasionally grinding. Alright, unlike the last map, this one's a lot harder to find the secrets on. I did stream an OG Xbox port of Doom, but that's about it. Speaking of that, I almost want to buy, like, Classic Complete on Steam. Because apparently they updated it so that, they updated the Steam version so that it, you know, it has all the features Bethesda put in. I'm not talking about .NET either. I mean, like, you know how Night Dive did their remaster of Quake? And there's actually, like, a menu where you can try out different mods. A lot, because they do that for the console, for console purposes mainly, but they did that for Doom as well, and I just wanted to see what was on there. You could buy that for, like, $1 anyway, so I wouldn't be wasting too much. I wouldn't be wasting my money, really. Because there might be some stuff on there that may end up being a bit unique. Or is at least harder to find, and it makes it easier doing that. Yeah, I'm not gonna look for the other secrets. I think I'm good. I think I'm just gonna move on to the next level. I'm probably gonna have to do some secret hunting in the next level anyway, because I think the secret exit's in that. Oh, wait. Oh, it's a secret. Alright. When did that open? I am excited to get to Quake again, though. I do want to play that game again. I wonder if they fixed the lighting at all, because I heard people didn't really like the lighting too much because it was a bit too bright. What am I doing? Where was the exit again? Yeah, it's up this way. Nice. Ten secrets in this level. Shit. They always seem to get really good shots off on me. Man, it's crazy what a simple shader does to like just add to the mood so much. I love it. I didn't expect that. Sounded like it came from over here. Yeah, there we go. Wait. Oh! Oh yeah, so that's kind of like how... I didn't remember this. Wonder if I ever even found that. This is what I remember from, like, the original level. And yeah, now I remember the original level. The secret exit would definitely be on this. Yes, I think it follows the same rules. Like, the secret levels are on the same as the, OG. Or the secret exits. Hey, Looney. Oh yeah, I should save, thank you. This isn't particularly hard because it's Doom 1 rules, and it's not, you know, slaughter mappy, so... I mean, I think there's probably more enemies on here than there typically is. But yeah, all it takes is just one bad situation, and then I lose half my progress. This is definitely a lot smaller. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh, okay. Got it. It sounded like there was chanting. I never noticed that before with the music. Yeah, hear it? I'm pretty sure this is the extended version that Aubrey Hodges re-released. I think that's all that everybody uses, which... Obviously, I'm not knocking it. I would actually probably prefer that to, the original. Because it basically is just a remastered version of the original track. And everything that he added to it is pretty tops. I do own that soundtrack. I did finally buy it. I think I bought the Doom 64 extended soundtrack as well. Even though I had them already, I actually wanted... Well, I acquired them. I wanted to give Aubrey Hodges money for his work, so... I actually went out and bought them. Well, not physically out. You get the idea. I'm going backwards again. Can I go in here? I cannot. It's just a window. At least I thought I was going backwards. Oh. Completely skip this side. Don't need that. Good to know it's there, though. Now, this is one thing I do like, too, that I don't think you ever really got... Like, this is just how the map is. Like, it's daytime. But I don't ever recall... Well, no, I think there were daytime maps in PlayStation Doom. Never mind. I was gonna make a point of, like, I think all of them took place at night. They do in Doom 64, but I don't think that's the case in PlayStation Doom. I could be wrong, though, because, again, I haven't played that mod in God knows how long. One of these days, I should acquire a version of PlayStation Doom and play it how it was intended. Literally the entire... Yeah, in the original, I forget if PlayStation Doom was also that way, but I'm pretty sure it was. So here's the thing with me, and this is why typically I say something that I probably already know, but I didn't think about it just because I like to try and talk as much as I can. I usually just say the first thing that comes out of my mind, and even though I probably already know it, I can't think about the fact that I do already know it, so a lot of the time, things that come out of my mouth are royally dumb. Which is why, whenever I play Dead by Daylight, I try not to give too much advice. Because I've watched playbacks of my streams when I've played DBD, and, like, a lot of the time I give inaccurate information. That's a really... I don't think I've ever really seen this as a Doom 64 texture, though. Maybe this is actually part of the... the way it did, but I'm not really I don't know if they use custom textures or not. I think maybe this is part of... Never mind, that probably is part of Doom 64 Fire. I think I guess he just had to be creative with a smaller switch like this. That's still a really neat idea, though. I know I'm going backwards, but I want to pick up that ammo. And that's also why that conversation earlier. That's also why I encourage people to tell me when I'm wrong, because a lot of the time I am, or I'm open to people that correct me. If I think I'm sure about something, then I'll go and check it out for myself to, like, confirm it. But usually when people correct me on something, they tend to be right. Whoa, Jesus. There's like two shotgunners that were like right there. Thinking about it, there hasn't really been too much Doom related that's been going on. Like, I think... I don't think there's been that many, like, major map pack releases either. I think there's been a few. But things have seemed like they've been relatively quiet on the Doom front. I still got a shit ton to play. I just couldn't decide on anything. I ended up, but hey, I ended up finding a new map pack in the process, so I'll definitely be doing Lost Levels at some point. I do declare, and I think there is something back there. Yep. I like the extra frames on this shotgun a lot. Honestly, I do kind of prefer the black gloves over the light brown ones. I don't know, I just like that they're more distinct. The gloves in stock Doom they look skin tone. What's interesting too is like the punching animation. Like, it looks like the right hand in the stock version was not covered with a glove. Also, I think these are John Romero's hands, aren't they? Maybe not. I think it's some dev, but I'm not sure if it's Mr. Romero or not. I do remember that it was John Romero that was the one that posed for the, not initially, but he posed for the, Ultimate Doom art. Well, the Doom 1 art. I'm not sure if he's also the hands, too. Oh, no, 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 no. We do not exit through here. Alright, so now we're actually going secret hunting. I don't think I've ever been down there, have I? No, I've been down here. Excuse me, I've been in there. Can I get outside? I think maybe? That looked a little discolored, but I guess that doesn't mean anything there. Oh yeah, I've been here already. It's not there. Looking for anything along these walls that might be out of place. Nope. Pretty sure I have been down there. Might as well pick that up. Maybe you can't get down there. I might have skipped, or maybe somebody told me where the secret exit was. Oh, there we go. It's not the secret exit, but it is a secret, so that rules one out. There we go. Here's another one. This has to be the secret exit. Yeah, this is definitely it. I know I didn't find the others, but I think we're good. Excavation site. Yep, E1M9. Oh. Yeah, these all look neat. I don't ever remember seeing these textures now that I think about it. I never played this with Ultimate Doom, so these may be exclusive to it. That was a little too obvious. Oh, he's hiding behind that pillar. That was also obvious. Probably less obvious with different textures, though. Yeah, I'm pretty certain I never played this level. Yet. I think I gave up on trying to find it my first playthrough. wonder if I can find... Well, there's a med kit down there. Oh, yeah, there we are. I'm gonna pick that up before I pick up the soul sphere. Okay. Oh, there we go. I will find a rocket launcher soon. Well, hey, there's that I really wanted. I need to get that backpack. Did I go up here? Yeah, this is, that's the start of the level. I heard something. I heard something open. Might have been over here. Maybe one of the monsters opened something. Oh. Can I do something down there? Maybe. Right. Now, I wonder... Can I get up there just by doing this? I can't. Alright. Yellow key. That's another thing that I like that this does. Is that. Because that's what PlayStation Doom did. Well, probably Doom 64 as well, but it played that sound effect 3 times. It's like a very, very small little thing, but I just remember it, and it makes me happy that they put it in. Because the sound pack that I had is literally just a sound pack, so... It doesn't add sound effects where there originally was none, so... It doesn't add that in. Another secret. There's only 2 more left in this level. I've actually done pretty good with secret hunting. Wonder if going this way is actually worth it. Oh yeah, it is, because the backpack's there. Nice. Now I can pick these up. I almost forgot about that. Oh god, sorry. It's summer. Also, I think I need to dust and vacuum my room. That's probably not helping. Yellow door. Oh god. Speaking of which. Excuse me. Whoa! Good job, guys. Doing my work for me. Hey, there it is. With its own shrine and everything. Wait. I think I might have picked this up already. Just realized that. Okay, so I have all keys. Still missing 2 secrets. Where's that coming from? Oh. Ah, yeah. This area's not been fully explored yet over here. And now it has. Huh. There's another area up there to the east. It has not been fully explored yet. It's probably here. Hang on. There is a little segment that's actually kind of nearby. Might have something there, but probably not. I'd have to get back up there. I think that's... Yeah, there we are. Last secret, which isn't really much, but I just wanted to see if there was anything more back here. I think I 100% of this level. Yep. Nice.
Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about.
I'm surprised I didn't blow up. Usually it's just one shot. So here's another thing about, like, PlayStation Doom and Doom 64 style that I've always really enjoyed. Oh, hi. It's kind of like this glow that the textures have sometimes. When you're, like, near, like, radiation, or, like, a radiation floor, or water, or fire, things like that. And it has this, like, neonish looking glow. I don't know, I just like that. Contrasting it with, like, the dark colors of things around it. It's always just really, really cool looking to me. The fuck? Oh. You know, I could actually just play OG Doom and Doom 2 like this. I think I might do that at one point. I probably should have done that now. I thought about it, but I kind of wanted to do a map pack first. There wouldn't be a secret there. I can't pick that up. It's just out of harm's reach. Oh. Yeah, never mind. There wouldn't be anything in here. And yet I still checked. Yeah, you know what? That's worth it. That's worth it. Yeah, another new idea. This mod in Classic Doom, set it up like the PlayStation Doom Total Conversion mod in a way, but it's this mod, like with its textures and all of that. You have OG Doom, Doom 2, Final Doom, Master Levels, all packed together. In the style of how it was with PlayStation Doom and Final Doom on PlayStation. And then you add in Con 3's redone PlayStation levels on top of it. Now, I would probably do that for myself. Unless I get the permission from every single mod maker, I don't think I could repost that. I could probably post the download link on the YouTube VOD that I would inevitably make, but that would probably be, like, my dream mod for this game. Actually, the dream mod would be Doom 64 monsters with the modified monsters that weren't in Doom 64. Or the monsters modified that weren't in Doom 64 to make them look like that. Would be the perfect Doom experience for me personally. Man, he got like several good hits on me. Ooh, good. More mega armor. I need to figure out how to get that. Damn. Ow. Oh, hey, flashback to how I died in the Doom World Iron Man. simple fireball that I should have been paying attention to. I can't even go this way. I don't have a red key. There's other ways of getting in there. Oh, here's the red key. Hang on. Oh. Oh, I didn't even go this way yet. You know what? I think... oh... Nah, I'll pick it up now. Nothing back here that I missed. Nope. I don't think you can get in there yet. There's no switch, right? That I would have to shoot. Nah, it would be right here. Yeah. That's not how you go about it. I should probably go back this way, though. Did I not go this way? I thought I did go this way. Oh, I did. I'm pretty sure I did, yeah. There's nothing else up here. Yeah, that doesn't open up until I think I just have to keep progressing. So I have to go back to where that red door was, which is right here. Damn. Did it a little too early. The hell? I actually went up a little bit, and that was... oh. It's actually not weird at all. It's literally right here. Oh yeah, I remember this. I don't think I'm getting nearly as lost in this level as I was first time I played it. Because I think it took me a little while before coming back to this part. Yeah, I don't want to do that yet. There's a few more secrets that I know I can get, and I definitely want to get the Mega Armor. I still might be able to finish this whole episode before the stream's over, too. Yeah, since I'm doing Doom, I'm not going to do anything different tomorrow. It's just, I'll just continue my playthrough of this. Doom Fridays will mainly be for if I'm not playing Doom, I can get through like some single maps or a Doomer board project mod. Did I not? I thought I've been this way. Guess not. Because that's there. Okay, there's probably a few spots where I need to go for that has rads, so there we go. This is what I primarily wanted. Dang. I think I can get on the other side of this, too. Wait a second. Oh, it's just part of the thing. How do I get in there, though? I do not remember. If I even did this, I'm pretty sure I actually haven't done all of this. I wonder, though, maybe this, the gray area back there might be open now. No, it's still not. Maybe I did go out of my way for this. I feel like I've done... I was doing a lot of secret searching, but I don't remember if I ended up finding them all. So there's some secrets over here. Oh. So I haven't found the yellow key yet, but this is important. Well, it's not really important. It doesn't lead to a secret level, but I still want to find it. And it's going to require me checking the map a lot. Huh. Oh, alright then. And nothing else that I can do there. Nothing really over there either. That's just that's just another shortcut. There's only 3 more secrets left that I need to find. Or that I want to find.
The self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not be aborted. All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
And thank you, Mur, for the raid. Welcome, everyone. I am Deathwing Duck, if you're not familiar, and I am playing a hybrid Doom 64 PlayStation Doom experience on Doom the way it did. Because I like PlayStation Doom a lot, and this is close to perfection to that as I'm probably gonna get. Because I like dark and scary. And right now, I'm just searching for secrets, but I think I'm probably good though. I do kind of want to find these because I'm not sure if the plasma gun's actually on this level, but I don't see any ammo pickups for it, so probably not. Is there a link to this recreation? I actually did just link to it. I linked to one of the mods. This is like the primary thing. That's the core mod. If you look up Doom 64 Fire, though, you'll find like a few other things that you can use on top of it as well. If you just Google it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go to the next level. I don't want to spend too much time finding all this stuff. Because I want to see if I can get this episode done before I need to stop. Yeah, I found a few mods that tried to do stuff like this. This is by far the best one. Yeah, so this way into this. Doom 64 Fire. I think there's a version of it. Here, I can actually link you to another version of it that's like, it kind of has a bunch of additional features built in. It makes it a little bit more like Doom 60. But yeah, the Unmaker was a Doom 64 thing. I think I have. I thought I had it. Liquid texture pack. Oh yeah. This is the Z Doom thread, but I think there was a Doom 64 of Fire. Mod DB. There was one on Mod DB that I got too. Did he update this since I last got it? No, I think the one that I downloaded was from 1.11. But yeah, here's the mod database version of it. Oh, hey, Kinikos. That might actually be the same one, but I don't know. There was like... It's weird. I actually thought it might be the same one, but I thought it might have actually been a different version on the mod database website. But I don't know, with the way that I have things set up here, like I like just using the core one because it almost feels like a hybrid experience. Of course, the black gloves, it's like something that someone had pulled from Smooth Doom. As you can tell, the shotgun animation looks a little more slick. Hey, Celine. That was where I started, yeah. Wario Land 4? You know what's funny? I never actually played any of Wario's games. Not WarioWare, not any of the Wario Lands. I played Super Mario Land and Super Mario Land 2. Yeah, I guess you were doing a 100% run of it? I've gone in circles like multiple times now. And I did already find a secret. I can't go in there. First time playing the Wario games since before Wario Land 3. Nice. I'm still flirting with the idea of maybe expanding a bit more into, like, retro games. Like, I did play... Back when my hands and my wrists were, like, experiencing some pain. I streamed a little bit of Mario All-Stars. Seems like a lot of people that enjoyed... A lot of the faces that I saw from, that watched my Doom streams were watching, the Mario streams. So I may end up expanding to that in the future. I've always flirted with the idea anyway. And Treasure Tech. Yeah, Treasure Tech... I forgot that existed until, Vinny streamed, like, a very early demo of it. I need to try that one of these days. It looks really good. Excuse the coughing. I don't know why I'm doing it so much today. Yeah, he did mention those. People have been telling him to play it. He said, I remember him saying he might, like, dedicate a stream to it. At least a stream. I think he's played the first one. I don't know if he streamed it. I think he said he played it. But he might do a playthrough of, like, of the sequel. Yeah, I don't know if he did a full playthrough of it. First Golden Souls is a lot of fun. It's just a tad rough in certain places later on in the later on in it. The second one though is my favorite total conversion by far. Granted, I haven't played some of the new ones that came out, like what was that one called? That one that is kind of like in full, it looks like it's in full 3D. What was it like? Not Total Chaos. And then there's Ashes 2063. That one I should get to at some point. And then of course you have the ones that you can actually buy on Steam that are that run on GZ Doom, like Hadan. Hadan was really, really good. You have Sulaco coming out soon. Well, soon TM. Yeah, I played the demo of it, and just from watching gameplay of it, it looked spectacular, and the demo confirmed it's probably going to be spectacular. It's going to probably be hard as shit on top of it. I think that's probably the most advanced AI that the GZ Doom engine has ever run as well. I'm going backwards again, and I have 0 keys. The only thing that I didn't like about Beyond Sunset was specifically the movement when you collide with enemies. Actually, I think it's when you collide with walls, too. The same thing happens. It's... Your movement speed gets, like, cut in half if you collide with most things. I forget if it's walls, but I know for a fact it's enemies. There was one part that, just basically just made me want to quit. It was like an hour into it. The enemies move ridiculously... like, not ridiculously fast, but the enemies move very fast. So there was just one part where I was just immediately getting surrounded and I could not move at all. Like, I was at a snail's pace. Granted, I was playing it on a pretty hard difficulty. On top of it. So, I don't know. If they alter the movement at all... Like, they don't even have to alter the movement either. They could keep it as it is. Just make it so that if you get surrounded, that you can either use the slide or the dash to, get out of... to break out of that. I think you could do that, even in the GZ Doom engine. Yeah, it is a GZ Doom game. Yeah, other than that, I did enjoy it. It's just, that little tidbit in predictable, in particular. It annoyed me so much where I hope they do something to change that for the, final version. Okay, I have a yellow card now, so I can go through here. You know what's one thing that's surprising about that too, or not surprising about that in particular, it's just, speaking of like the demos, the like slew of demos that came out, especially for upcoming boomer shooters. I was very surprised by the fact that Civvy enjoyed Fashion Police Squad. Because I played that, I got really bored with that. Level design was lackluster. It was odd for a game that's about fashion. It was surprisingly dull in its color. Like I can kind of understand that because you're kind of colorizing everything. The humor was just... The humor was too dry even for me. There was far too much dialogue. There's redeeming qualities to it for sure, yeah, but... And who knows, maybe they fixed a lot of that in the final version, but I'm not sure. Unless they can confirm that they did a bunch of different changes. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna buy that. I gave it such a, I wanted to like that so much because it's a unique idea, it's a different idea. But I just could not get into it. At the very least, if they want to keep all that dialogue in, just make it so that you can still move around the level. There were far too many times where the game would just stop you. Just so the person that was talking to you could. And it was so jarring. Okay, there's a second yellow door that I think I can go through. I think I must have missed another key. Yeah, I gotta go back this way, I think. Also, Slayer X. That one I didn't even try yet. I did 10 demos total. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do any more. Oh, that just brings that down, alright. It is really cool that so many people ended up liking Metal Hellsinger, but I didn't really have that much doubt there to begin with. It has more so to do with the fact that it might not be a lot of people's favorite genre of music. I just it looked cool on top of it, but I just mainly liked it because it brought a bunch of... There were at least 3, maybe 4 metal artists that I recognized. The lead singer from Trivium, which I'm not a big fan of Trivium, but they're not bad. They're good metal. Ginger, lead singer from Ginger, Tatiana. Lead singer from Arch Enemy, Alyssa Whiteglues, and then they got Serj Tankian for at least one. I think they actually do multiple songs on the soundtrack, so. And it should be safe to stream as well because it's original music. It's not, they're not just using tracks from, the bands that they're in. So I'll probably be primarily be playing that game for the music, but, if anything, I hope it gets more people into metal because the more the merrier. And like one of the devs liked my one tweet when like I mentioned, hey, it'd be cool if you ever did a sequel. Like I mentioned some of my favorite singers, Spencer Charnas from Ice Nine Kills, Spencer, I think his last name's Sotelo from Periphery, Corey Taylor from Slipknot. Yeah, you can see if you can try and get like those people. Who was the fourth one that I named? Oh yeah, and Randy Blythe from Lamb of God. I forgot they got him too for Metal Hellsinger. I've only very recently gotten to Lamb of God. Like, I appreciate them a little bit more now. Yeah, they got Randy Blythe for that game. Is this... I almost want to look for more... Nah, I should probably... I do kind of want that, though. I kind of want... I kind of want that. Probably get it from... God damn it. I'd probably get it from that room up there. Oh yeah. I think that's good enough. There's only 2 more secrets anyway. I'm fine with just moving on to the next level. Still got 3 levels in total to do. 6 through 8. Nice timing. Oh god, now I remember. I think I played a little bit of this. I don't think I streamed it. I played a little bit of this with Complex Doom plus LCA. And man, I have PTSD. There was like a legendary enemy that was like in the room over there. And I was just locked in this area. Because he kept one-shotting me. That was before, I think that was before I even discovered Clusterfuck. I don't know how Ultraviolence does it. I really don't. I think he still does, Clusterfuck runs. I haven't really checked his videos out lately. I know he does a lot of mapping now. The best way to approach that is probably the best way to approach most randomizer mods is always pistol start, because you have, especially with a mod like that, LCA and clusterfuck, that's like kind of made to be brutal. The randomness is supposed to be like what makes it it. So if you like die, you should just reload the map and pistol start. It's kind of fun to tackle every once in a while. I don't know how you can do that on a regular basis. That's like sensory overload. I admire anybody who can do that on a regular who can play that mod on a regular basis, because I'd just be so overwhelmed by it. Oh. Oh. I do something like that on my Saturday streams. Nice. Yeah, hell, I couldn't even play. Like, there was a stream that I did for July 4th where, ironically, I played Russian Overkill on a Slaughterfest 2012. That was completely overwhelming. I could only do that for about a couple hours before I had to, like, switch to something else. I don't pistol start on death because chat can summon enemies. Oh, you do Twitch integration. I forgot that mods have been doing. Yeah, well, actually, it's a Half-Life mod. Half Pain, I think it's called. Does that as well. I forgot though that there's Doom mods that do Twitch integration. Doom RL Arsenal with a bunch of other stuff, including Monsters of Colorful Hell. Actually, now that I think about it, I think Corruption Cards has Twitch integration, or at least I think there's a version of it that does. I think. I could be completely wrong about that. That would definitely be a mod that would benefit from it, though. You could get your Twitch chat to vote on the card that gets used. It might, I don't know. I might not, I would say if you're interested, look it up yourself. I'm not 100% sure if it does. It seems like a mod that would benefit from it, though. If, it would be kind of cool if it did have it. I do use crowd control, and that's... Oh, okay. I forgot crowd control was a thing. Oh, corruption cards. We kind of do that, but it's not really an integration for it. They manually put to a vote using Twitch's vote. Oh, did you work on corruption cards? Oh, that's cool. I have to use that mod more. One of these days. Yeah, Doom's like weird in that there's a lot of games that There's a lot of games that benefit from a lot of different, like, randomizer mods and shit like that. Doom does, but not for level design. Because I've used Oblige before. Stuff like, corruption cards and, Cutsman Mike is the dev for corruption cards and Twitchy. Oh, okay, gotcha. You'll find I'm pretty terrible with names. Try Obsidian. Obsidian I didn't try. I think that's what it uses and it generates good looking maps. Oblige isn't necessarily that bad, it's just... you tend to see a lot of repeating patterns very fast when you try and generate a map. But I'll give it... I can give Obsidian a try. That would actually be really cool. I would probably stream Doom at least once a week just doing stuff like that. If I got like a really good randomizer mod that actually randomized the level design and shit. Because I have other stuff besides corruption cards. I have like you have Colorful Hell was mentioned. I played that one before too. God, what was that called? I can check my folder real quick. There's Colorful Hell. I think I have it in a folder that's called like randomizer mods or something like that. Huh. Enemy randomizers there are. Shades of Doom, Complex Doom, MK Champions. Thought I had more than that. Oh, that's why I have like different versions of Shades of Doom. Alright. Most secrets and such are pretty similar, but at least the layout and variation keeps it fresh. I'm a little surprised. Oh, that wasn't you that linked it. Alright. I thought that was your message and one of my bots, no, it just banned, it banned a bot. You're good, you can post the link if you want. It should be fine. I shouldn't have any bot that actually bans links, because I don't get too many bots in here that do. Haven't linked it yet, yeah. That threw me off. The timing on that bot ban. Red and blue key. I gotta go to the other side of the map for that. That's... Ah. Alright. Oh, this is your config for it. Alright, yeah, I'll save that, and when I download Obsidian, I'll Hey, sir. I'll keep that in mind. Ah, cool. Alright, so it should be pretty easy to do. Alright, thank you, I appreciate that. I don't think there's anything else back there that I need. Alright. Can't get through there yet. I don't think... I don't think there was any, like, additional secrets up there. Let me just give it one more look. Yeah, it didn't look like anything was out of place in this room. I hit that switch, but I don't know what it did. But I guess I'll find out. I'm going the right way. Yes, I am. Purple. I only point that out because this very much stands out. Well, the purple being that bright, there is purple in Doom 64. It's just a very dark purple. Yeah, it is kind of amazing that, something that simple like a lighting change can just make the mood so much different. Hang on. I thought that looked discolored. That's just another way up here, though. Damn it. Huh. Okay, then. Oh, this is probably what that switch opened. I don't think I can get over there from here. I'm gonna try though. That was a bad try. I think there's probably another way to do that. I don't know, it almost seems like you can. Watch it be just something as simple as, hitting a switch. I think you might need the strafe run it. I'm doing good, sir. I hope you're doing well. Nah, I don't think... there's probably, like, a... you can... if you're pixel perfect, you can probably make that, but I don't think that's intended. In fact... I may just want to reload. Yeah, just reload it. I'll save that for now. Seems like you probably teleport in there. Hang on. Oh, I didn't go this way yet. Oh, I have all keys now. Still like 3 more secrets that I haven't found. But that's okay. Wait. Oh, I can't go down there. Yet. Probably around this way. Yeah, one thing I definitely recognize about this from the, there's certain segments of these maps where you can recognize that they're taking after, like, the OG equivalent of this map. This is probably the most subtle of the homages, like, the way it does it. Like, I've played a lot of, like, redux or remakes or reimaginings, and, like, it's just kind of interesting how this is the most subtle of, like, a reimagining of this map has been. But you can still recognize certain, like, I recognize what this part's paying homage to, but it's still very, very subtle. Killed every enemy. Yeah, I think I'd rather move on. Again, I want to see if I can at least get this episode done tonight. The final level might still be relatively short. I don't know. Don't know. I didn't. I played this map years ago, or I played this map pack years ago, so. I just realized, though, even though I'm playing, like, the core module of it, does this game still have the Unmaker or does this mod still have the Unmaker programmed in? So that might make things a little bit jarring. Because I think when I originally used this, I had the mod database version, and I'm pretty sure that it added it in. So I'm not sure if the core version actually does. Right. Oh yeah, I just randomly thought of it, but yeah, apparently there have been people that were crazy enough to do no hit runs of this, or no damage runs of this game. I don't know about Doom 2, but I'm pretty sure there's at least one no damage run of Doom that exists out there, because I'm pretty sure it's on a YouTube video that I saw. That was like a while back too, I just randomly thought of it. So I remember saying I didn't think that a feat like that could be achieved due to the hit scanners. You can technically prevent them from ever hitting you. You can kind of manipulate them as well, so I guess I can see how it can be done. It's probably incredibly frustrating, though. There are certain things that you can do to manipulate how and when they fire at you. However, there is that level of randomness to them still. Like, Like, even if they're far away from you, they still have a chance of hitting you. Even if that chance is reduced. And it's hit scan, so it's not like you can actually dodge the shot. It is a literal dice roll, and if the dice roll is against you, even if the odds are reduced, that's still a bullshit one-hit KO. So again, I admire anyone with the patience to try and no-hit this, or no-damage this game, but I'm not sure if I would ever try that myself. I already hit that switch. It's probably opened elsewhere. Alright, I got myself turned around. There we go. I have to say, even though I took quite a few hits on this part, I'm rather impressed myself there. Damn it, thought I could get that. Cause that was a lot of enemies in like a tight space like this. And actually came out of it, well, not unscathed. Ah. But, not dying. And still with a relatively decent health pool. Have I played Perilous Warp? I have not even heard of it. What kind of game is it? Is it like this? Still no keys yet. And that's still not open yet. Bit like Quake meets Doom 3. That sounds interesting. Hang on, I'll look that up real quick. Oh, it's on Steam. I'm not sure if I've seen anyone cover this. Yeah, I'll put it on my I'll put it on my wish list so I can keep tabs on it. Came out back in 2020. Ah, there we are. Perfect. Yeah, it's interesting how much that game seems to have flown under the radar, especially since it's been out for 2 years. Well, yeah, almost 2 years, if not more. Alright. Oh, there goes all my armor. And hey! Asshole. I needed armor, I received armor. All is right once again with the world. That might open eventually. Oh, that's where I got the armor. Okay. Oh. That's where it is. Okay. Right. Can't actually go through there. Oh. That is not where a secret is, even though he's... No, the textures are actually pretty much aligned. Never mind. However... I found this. Okay, that's 2 secrets down. I want to go this way first because there's a lot more to explore over here. Dang it. Nice. Huh. Oh, cool, and it just leads me right back here. There might be something back here. In the middle pillar? Of course, that could just be the environment. I don't really... Yeah, you know what? I'll just beat the level. I don't have too much time left. In fact, what time is it? I already hit that. Right. Wrong way, wrong way. Back this way. Hi, guys. Transport facility. Kind of figured this one wouldn't be too big, because the original's not too big. It's funny how this room gives off particular Doom 64 vibes, and I don't really know why. Like in its sheer level design, like in addition to the lighting. In addition to the mod lighting, I mean, because I know that, that's what the mod's going for, but I'm talking about more so the level design. And how the lighting's kind of complementing it. We're gonna be needing... We're gonna be needing this in a bit. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything. Oh, hey, there we go. Oh, nope, not there. Ah! It scared me mainly because of the rocket launcher that was in my hand. I guess they all were activated in there. Oh. What did that do? Well, it's permanently on, so... Oh. Oh, it opened that. Which I'm pretty sure leads to this. Yeah, and that was the rest of the... Oops. I didn't mean to go down. That was the only other secret in this level. Now this room looks cool, especially with the lighting. And the fog. Ah. The Baron triplets. Subverting your expectations. Alright, we're already aware of what this is supposed to say. But, yeah, expect me to actually use this, collage of, different mods. So, tomorrow... Tomorrow we'll do at least the Shores of Hell. You know what? I do have some other single maps that I could do. In fact, I might even download some more. I think we'll do this, and if I get done before the 4-hour mark tomorrow, I'll probably run through some people's single maps or two.